is News 3 Now at 10.
And thank you for joining us tonight. Leaders in the city of Janesville say they are creating a plan that could help with the reopening of the state.
Rock County reporter Adam Duxter spoke with this group today. And Adam, how do they say this plan will work there?
Well, Charlotte and Eric, Fort Janesville says their Badger Task Force plan isn't necessarily meant to replace Governor Evers' Badger Bounce Back plan, rather to supplement it. And now they say they're trying to get the rest of the state on board with the plan as well. Fort Janesville Vice President Dan Cunningham says for Rock County businesses, the Safer at Home order has been incredibly difficult.
It's been really tough. This is an extinction level event for a lot of businesses out there. If we can't figure out a way to get these businesses safely back to work, they may not exist anymore.
He says throughout April, the group, which acts similarly to a Chamber of Commerce, has been trying to come up with ways to help those businesses, and says the state's plan can sometimes be too broad.
People are making plans that are supposed to apply to everyone in the state when they might not necessarily know best what that particular industry.
The result is the Badger Task Force, which Cunningham says would create a constant line of communication between their group, city government, and local health officials. He said the end result would be more flexibility and more control over when and how things reopen.
We really need to take the best parts of all of these plans and put them together and really focus on ways to safely get our state back to work.
Now they're showing their plan to other cities, the WEDC, and ultimately the governor.
I don't want it to sound like it's a race, but at some point the gates will open and the economy will start again. And we just want to make sure that we're ready to hit the ground running when that happens. So.
Cunningham says the plan is still in the works and still developing, but the other cities they've shown it to so far have given it very good feedback. So much so, he says, even if the state does not end up adopting the plan entirely, he thinks the city of Janesville could still end up using it.
Adam Duxter, thank you, Adam. The State Department of Health Services says there are more than 230 new cases of COVID-19 in Wisconsin over the last 24 hours. The department also says it's investigating a total of 187 outbreaks in facilities across the state, roughly 100 in long-term care facilities, about a third are in workplaces. DHS says so far about 49% of those patients who tested positive have recovered. The Evers administration beginning to make some cuts to offset the economic impact of coronavirus. Department of Administration Secretary sent out an email to employees of the state yesterday, letting them know about a 5% cut to agency budgets. Once this became public, Republican leaders praised the decision. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos called it a smart and proactive move, but said more will need to be done about what he called a looming fiscal crisis. Governor Evers says the cut will save about $70 million, but he expects a $2 billion revenue hit.
UW-Madison leaders are ordering most employees to take furlough days through October to help the school try to absorb a $100 million loss due to the coronavirus pandemic. Chancellor Rebecca Blank says most workers will have to take between 3 and 6 furlough days between May 15th and October 31st. Blank says she, Provost John Schultz, and vice chancellors will voluntarily take a 15% pay cut for the next 6 months in addition to their furlough days. To help ease the potential burden on prospective students, the University of Wisconsin system is offering an 11-day free application period for anyone applying to one of its 2-year campuses for fall 2020 or spring 2021 semesters. The free application period will run from June 5th through the 15th of 2020.
Officials at UW Health are reaching out to the community, reminding people that its clinics and hospitals are still safe places to get care during the pandemic. They say as they move forward with addressing more patients' vital health care needs in the coming days, they want them to be aware of the changes they'll see when they return. Those include all patients and employees getting temperatures taken before their visit or their shift. Patients, staff, and any visitors must wear masks. Social distancing guidelines remain in place, and COVID-19 patients are isolated away from the general population. And SSM Health protecting patients and staff with curbside COVID-19 screenings as they enter clinics. You'll follow cones to workers out front who conduct a screening process to determine which entryway should be used. Once screened, all patients and staff have their temperatures taken as well. It limits contact between possible coronavirus patients and other patients. Patients are still recommended to wear facial coverings and call ahead before coming to the clinic.
The Wisconsin National Guard will be setting up additional COVID-19 testing sites across the state. According to a release today, 11 teams comprised of more than 300 soldiers and airmen have been and will be establishing mobile testing sites at locations ranging from correctional facilities and health clinics to private businesses and community-based testing sites. Just this week, a team tested more than 1,000 staff and inmates at the Dane County Jail. Sauk County has now set up a drive-through testing site at the Sauk County landfill on Evergreen Lane. Officials say in order to get tested, you need to have proof that you are a Sauk County resident and by showing symptoms. Testing at this location started today and results come back in about 48 hours. Residents can make an appointment for a test by calling the number at the bottom of your screen. It's the Sauk COVID hotline, 608-355-3200.
Department of Workforce Development starting to issue federal pandemic unemployment compensation payments. It's a temporary emergency increase of $600 a week. Now, you don't need to take any action to receive that additional benefit. So if you do have a pending unemployment application or are currently receiving unemployment, no action needs to be taken so long as your circumstances have not changed. And today, the DWD announced it has received nearly 480,000 applications and distributed more than $290 million in state unemployment benefits in the last month and a half. According to a release, claimants have filed a record number of weekly unemployment claims, totaling almost 1.2 million since the coronavirus public health emergency was declared.
The U.S. coronavirus death toll topped 60,000 today, with the number of confirmed cases above the million mark. And now individual states are being told it's up to them when they want to reopen. CBS's Michael George reports.
I can't imagine a rally where you have every fourth seat full.
President Trump says he wants massive campaign rallies in the not-too-distant future and stadiums brimming with sports fans once the coronavirus crisis subsides.
And I see the new normal being what it was 3 months ago. This thing will pass.
With more and more states now pushing to reopen, President Trump says he will not extend federal social distancing guidelines when they expire on Thursday, leaving it to governors to decide what's appropriate.
If you were going to reduce the risk to nothing, you would shelter everybody in place, you would stock up PPE, and you would wait till you had a treatment or a vaccine. That is not sustainable.
Minnesota's governor plans to announce Thursday whether he will extend the state's stay-at-home order. And Florida enters its Phase 1 reopening Monday in all but 3 of the state's 67 counties: Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach.
The unprecedented national shutdown has thrown the lives of millions of Americans into economic and social turmoil.
In New York, which has seen the most deaths so far, Governor Cuomo says the situation has been improving, but not fast enough.
The decline has been slow at best and still disgustingly high.
My name is Sonia. I am a coronavirus survivor.
And a success story in New York City's borough of Queens.
She could barely breathe.
After more than a week on a ventilator, the 75-year-old grandmother received a joyful farewell. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
The Navy announced Wednesday that it is launching a broader inquiry into the circumstances surrounding the coronavirus outbreak aboard the USS Theodore Roosevelt aircraft carrier, effectively delaying its recommendation that the ship's commanding officer be reinstated. According to a Navy official, the new investigation will have to be complete by May 27th.
The annual Shake the Lake fireworks show in downtown Madison has been canceled. According to the Madison Mallards, who sponsor the event, Festival Foods will sponsor a new event this summer. However, the details aren't being released until there's a better idea about when public health officials will allow people to get together again. At this time of the year, many are gearing up for warm weather activities like camping, but this year, the pandemic is changing how that will look at the start of the season. The state has deemed campgrounds essential for lodging, and they can stay in business as long as they follow restrictions with guidelines to maintain social distancing and close public spaces that would allow gathering. The owners of Wheeler's Campground in Baraboo say they're holding off on opening to the public until they see how this pandemic plays out.
You know, we'll definitely take a fiscal hit on that, but I think that's well worth it if you preserve public safety.
And according to websites of a few local campgrounds, some are open, but many with restrictions. Things like no tent camping, no public bathroom usage. Public campgrounds will be closed until at least May 26th.
The Green Bay area today is dealing with some flooding problems. For several hours, all of East Shore Drive was closed due to water on the road. Emergency responders were going door to door, urging people to clear out until the water receded. Let's get a look at our firstborn forecast now. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi.
A lot of that flooding in Green Bay was caused by brisk winds off of Lake Michigan as well as falling rain. And as we take a look at Doppler track tonight, you can still see pretty widespread rain over about the eastern quarter of the state, but it's not moving westward at all. So basically, with the rain moving from north to south, that's where the heavier rain is going to stay. High temperatures today, generally we're in the lower to middle 50s. A few places got close to 60 out to the west where there were at least a few peaks of sunshine. Temperatures still range from the middle 50s out toward the Mississippi River to around 50 in Madison to the lower to middle 40s closer to Lake Michigan. Otherwise, for tomorrow, look for the showers east of Madison to gradually come to an end. Otherwise, skies will turn partly sunny. It'll be windy and not as cool with high temperature here in Madison of 61, although it'll probably be in the mid-60s out to the west. Temperatures will be even milder for the weekend. I'll tell you how warm it'll get in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. New information being released today about the shooting in Milwaukee earlier this week that left 5 people dead. Police say 4 of those 5 people who were killed were under the age of 20. Their bodies were found Monday in a home on the north side after a 43-year-old man at that home called 911 to report that his family was dead. That man was later arrested at the scene. The victims are ages 14, 16, 17, 19, and 41. Police say they were known to the suspect but declined to say if they were all related.
A $10,000 signature bond has been given to one of the 2 women accused of helping inmates escape the maximum security prison in Portage earlier this month. 46-year-old Catherine Wooderick made her initial appearance in court today via video conferencing. Court documents suggest she has a boyfriend who is an inmate in the same housing unit as the escapees. She is accused of picking up the escapees at a nearby store and driving them to Rockford. Still to come tonight, a major company is announcing new face mask guidelines for all of its customers.
Plus, an employee at Madison College preparing for a long day on Friday. Find out what he's planning. That's next on News 3 Now at 10.
Sure, I'm a home builder. I go to Nuns. Why? Well, my clients love them because they have all those fancy schmancy carpets. You know, like those Smart Strand ones from Karastan that are just astonishingly soft to the touch. I'm more of a concrete floor guy myself. That fluffy stuff just doesn't do it for me. But hey, my clients, they love this fancy schmancy Karastan carpeting. So we go to Nuns.
Nuns, kitchen, bath, and flooring.
Here at Weedman Lawn Care, we believe that your lawn should be a place where memories are made, a source of pride, relaxation, and fun for the whole family. That's why we proudly offer a child and pet-friendly program, so you can enjoy a healthier, greener, weed-free lawn without sacrificing peace of mind.
Our program offers effective, targeted weed control, and our golf course quality fertilizer creates a beautiful outdoor space. Don't your kids and grandkids deserve a Weedman lawn? Trust the lawn care experts. Trust Weedman.
Coming together makes us stronger, and Ford is built to lend a hand. Contact your Ford dealer, an essential part of your community, to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you. Find out more at Ford.com. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2020 Ford models.
My mom is 81, and I worry about her. So I went online and found the new Lively Mobile Plus from Great Call. If she ever needs help, she can just press the button. And with the Great Call Link app, I'll get an alert right on my smartphone if she does contact 5-Star.
With the fastest call response time, they'll assess your situation, confirm your location, and send you the help you need.
Available at Walgreens or online at Best Buy or Amazon.com. AARP members get an exclusive discount on select plans.
Help is what we've always given. So thank you to our helpers at BMO and beyond. Thank you to the healers, the fighters, the all-nighters, the cleaners, the movers, the 18-wheelers. Thank you to the farmers, the grocers, the above and beyonders. Thank you to all the frontliners for keeping our lives moving when the world needs to stop.
Thursday morning, things are going to start drying out ahead of what's looking like a gorgeous weekend. Hettie's going to have the details in her First Warn forecast.
And we'll tell you how COVID-19 is going to affect the next class of incoming freshmen at the UW. See you tomorrow.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
And welcome back. Costco is now the latest and largest retailer to require shoppers to wear masks inside its stores.
Starting Monday, face coverings must be worn at all times inside, and it will not serve as a substitute for social distancing. The company says children under 2 and people who cannot wear one because of a medical condition are exempt. Starbucks says it plans to start reopening its stores next week, with 90% of company-owned stores in the U.S. open by June. At the moment, roughly half of the coffee giant's U.S. locations are temporarily closed. The phased reopening will start with shorter operating hours and modified operations.
The Madison College administrative manager is doing something good, taking it upon himself to raise money for some of the college's most vulnerable students. His goal, to bike more than 170 miles in a single day. News 3 Now photojournalist Lance Height has the story.
My name is Kevin Foley, administrative manager at Madison College. I'm hoping to raise over $10,000 to go directly to the students. On May 15th, 2020, I'm planning to do a 170-mile bike ride across the entire Madison College district. I'm going to stop at all 8 campuses at Madison College. I'm doing this all to raise money to provide emergency funds for Madison College students during this time of need. 100% of the funds will go directly to Madison College students who need this type of funding. We've heard from so many students who've been affected by this pandemic and who've lost their jobs. I work specifically with students who are getting their high school equivalency through Madison College, and a lot of times they're the first ones who are affected. This will be by far the longest bike ride I've ever done. This will be 170 miles. But I've been trying to train as much as I can. So I think I can do it because I really enjoy cycling. It's definitely one of my passions, but it's definitely going to be a challenge for me. I'm taking donations and pledges from people in our community. Again, 100% of the funds that I raise are going to go directly to Madison College students. Really, I'm partnering with the Madison College Foundation, which is a nonprofit 501c3. I'm really proud to be a Madison College employee. When the COVID-19 crisis hit, our college came out right away and they helped, and so I just really felt compelled to do something to help the community and to look back at this time like I did something really worthwhile to help the community.
Photojournalist Lance Height reporting. Kevin says he has young children at home, so he's hoping to start around 5 in the morning when the spring weather allows.
We have said goodbye to the rain for the time being, but the wind remains. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolti with a look at your First Warn forecast. Gary?
Charlotte, for the most part, that's true. The far eastern parts of our viewing area are still getting a few showers, but most of the rest of us will stay dry from here on out. And that's a good thing because we picked up a fair amount of rain earlier today, and our friends over at Climate Central have shown us that over the last 50 years, the number of excessive rainfall amounts where you have 3 or more inches of rain, which almost certainly is going to cause some flooding when they occur, have now increased to about almost 120% of the values of the long-term average values. So that's an indication that as our atmosphere continues to warm, we're going to see more and more of these extreme events. Now, a flood watch remains in effect for the Milwaukee metropolitan area down into the Chicago area. That is for heavy rain that fell last night and some showers and thunderstorms, and then persistent rain through the day today. You can see around 2 inches of rain according to the radar estimates right near the Wisconsin-Illinois state line, about an inch up toward Milwaukee and areas south and east of Madison. Then the amounts dropped off quite a bit north of Madison. There's a little narrow area of about maybe an inch or more to the east of the Dells, but the western part of our viewing area didn't see very much in the way of rain. And you can see on high-resolution radar about 90% of our viewing area now has seen the rain, and it's only the eastern portions of Dodge County and Jefferson County still getting some showers, and that may persist into tomorrow morning before they finally come to an end. A wider view, though, shows really nothing out to the west of us, so we should look for dry weather for tomorrow and for Friday as well. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. However, we will see those winds gradually diminish, but it won't be until after dark tomorrow night. So expect windy conditions for tonight and for tomorrow. Then we'll see milder weather, especially as we head toward the weekend. Saturday, high temperatures should make the lower 70s. We'll still be in the upper 60s on Sunday, but cooler weather arrives next week. By Monday, we drop back into the lower 60s, and we could be in the 50s by Monday or by Tuesday and Wednesday with some shower chances at that time. The time lapse on the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville shows most of the rain had ended early in the morning, other than a few sprinkles. But you can see it remained cloudy all day until late in the afternoon. Every once in a while, a little peak of sunshine would work its way on through with a slight break in the clouds. But otherwise, those temperatures where there was a little sunshine were in the 60s. Madison reached a high of 53. That was actually early this morning. And the eastern part of the state saw even cooler temperatures, especially right now. You can see on Weather Track, the rain's still continuing. The showers and thunderstorms are sweeping off toward the east. But eventually, the clearing will start working in from the west, especially during the day tomorrow, as that low lifts off to the north and east. And you can see on temperatures right now, still cool in the east, just a few degrees milder out to our west. So our forecast for tomorrow calls for a high of 61 degrees. Any lingering showers east of Madison should end early in the day, and then it'll turn partly sunny. It'll also be windy through the day. 7 to 10 day forecast, 65 on Friday. Slight chance of a shower Friday night, but up to 73 Saturday, 67 on Sunday. And then you can see those temperatures trending a little cooler for next week with some shower chances midweek, and then again toward Friday of next week. Other than that, I don't see any major storm systems, so at least the rainfall shouldn't be very heavy.
Yeah, we're getting ready to start May here. We got to get those things up in the 60s and stay there.
We're getting enough rain to keep the grass green, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's true. We'll be mowing a lot soon. Gary, thank you. Coming up next in sports, built for the frozen tundra, why A.J. Dillon and the Packers are a perfect pair for cold weather games in Green Bay. Zach's in next, CS Sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
For over 80 years, Nissan has been with you through thick and thin. And now is no different. We're offering payment options for current owners. Our service departments are here to help. And now we're offering more help. No payments for 3 months, plus we'll cover your payments for up to 2 additional months. Or get 0% financing for up to 84 months on 13 models. This is help when you need it.
When you have depression, it can plunge you into deep, dark lows. And can leave you feeling extremely sad and disinterested. Overwhelmed by bipolar depression? Ask about Vraylar. Not all types of depression should be treated the same. Vraylar effectively helps relieve all symptoms of bipolar depression with just 1 pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Metabolic changes may occur. Nausea, restlessness, and movement dysfunction are common side effects. When bipolar depression overwhelms, ask how Vraylar can help.
From our family to yours, we want to encourage you to keep going. Keep protecting what's most important. Keep hopeful in the face of all this. Keep believing. Keep being strong. Keep supporting the people on the front line. Keep staying together while staying apart. Keep being fearless. And most of all, keep dreaming. American Family Insurance is mailing our personal auto insurance customers a premium relief payment to help them keep going. We'll keep being here when you need us.
Coming together makes us stronger, and Ford is built to lend a hand. Contact your Ford dealer, an essential part of your community, to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you. Find out more at Ford.com. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2020 Ford models.
A.J. Dillon's style and
running can be described in one word: powerful. At 6 foot 247 pounds, the Packers' second-round pick is built like a fridge. In 3 years at Boston College, he rushed for over 4,000 yards and 38 touchdowns while running over defenders. That right there sounds like he's a perfect fit for playing in Green Bay in December and January. And Dylan would agree.
I'm used to the cold. I'm used to the rough, tough people that we got up in this area. And, I'm used to I can, grind it out in the cold weather, the rain, the sleet, the hail. So, it's kind of like home in a way.
Corey Clement will be back with the Eagles this season. After missing nearly all of last year with a shoulder injury, the former Badger running back signed a one-year deal worth $825,000. In 3 seasons in Philly, he scored 8 touchdowns. The NCAA is now moving to allow college athletes to make money off their name, image, and likeness, in other words, themselves, through endorsement and promotions. So if a business wants to hire an athlete to promote them, they can. Or if an athlete wants to open his or her own company, they can. It's that simple. And it could start in 2021. The Board of Governors are in favor of it. Now, for it to actually happen, it needs to pass a vote at the NCAA convention. Day 2 of the National Women's Hockey League draft was a good day for the Badgers. Not only were Presley Norby and Maddie Rowe selected, but the Wisconsin duo were taken by the same team. Norby was picked in the 3rd round by the Minnesota Whitecaps, while Rowe was drafted in the 5th round. And this is the best thing you'll see this week. Longtime Middleton AD Bob Jors has been battling pancreatic cancer for the past year. After numerous rounds of treatment, he decided to stop chemo and spend time with his family. Today is his wedding anniversary. Bob and his wife Cindy have been married for 31 years, and there was a parade in their honor. The Middleton community got in their cars and drove by his house, waving, holding signs, and more importantly, showing support for a man that gave them, the school, and the community so much. We're back after this.
Coming together makes us stronger, and Ford is built to lend a hand. Contact your Ford dealer, an essential part of your community, to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you. Find out more at Ford.com. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2020 Ford models.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we have great prices every day. So during our big spring sale, you know the savings will be huge. Start your spring projects with 20% off Valspar True Basics paint. Clean things up with this Simpson pressure washer, $274.99. Save big on Morton Clean and Protect water softener pellets, just $4.99. Plus, buy online and pick up your items in our convenient drive-thru.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
HD and Titan HD zero-turn mowers. Comfortable with the innovative MyRide suspension system and high-back suspension seats. Powerful with commercial-grade engines. Heavy-duty, built to tackle tough terrain while providing Toro's professional quality of cut. Versatile, so you can get more done on or off the mower. Toro's Time Cutter HD and Titan HD zero-turn mowers. Count on it.
Power Centers of Madison. Visit powercentersofmadison.com.
During times like these, it's important to stay connected.
The new normal isn't normal at all.
But just because we're apart
doesn't mean we're alone.
We can reach out to old friends.
Remind our family that we love them.
Stay on top of business,
even if it isn't business as usual.
Because we are resilient.
No matter how much distance is between us, we will never let you lose your connection.
U.S. Cellular has a network you can count on, which means you can do anything, even make a commercial. U.S. Cellular.
Hi, it's Jan from Toyota. Many of you still need to be on the road right now. Toyota is here to help.
We're offering an incredible 0% on our most popular Toyotas. That's 0% on Camry, 0% on RAV4, or 0% on Tacoma. Plus, Toyota will defer your payments for up to 90 days. And if you need service for your current vehicle, our service centers remain open.
We're here for you. Contact your local Toyota dealer to see how they can help. Toyota.
Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
And here's Gary with the final check of your forecast.
Well, there are a few showers, but mainly over the far eastern parts of our viewing area, eastern Dodge County, east of Beaver Dam, and then a few just scraping the far eastern portions of Jefferson County, and maybe a sprinkle or two east of Janesville and Rock County. Temperatures right now are around 50 in Madison. To the east, temperatures are in the 40s. To the west, are still in the 50s. By tomorrow morning, they'll be down in the mid-40s. Look for more sunshine during the day as the showers to the east of Madison end. We'll see a high temperature tomorrow of 61 degrees. And then we're up to 65 on Friday, 73 Saturday, and 67 on Sunday. Just some slight chances of showers there. Better chances of rain in the middle of next week. Temperatures, though, upper 50s and lower 60s for pretty much the entire week.
All right, Gary, thanks. Charlotte, great to have you back in studio this week. She's off the next 2 days, so have a good night, everybody.
Have a great night. Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinan.
As obvious as the need may seem, there are those who are worried about the impact this pandemic is having on budgets at all levels of government. But if ever there was a time to spend now and worry about the consequences later, this is it. If we don't spend now, there won't be a later for many. So we support the city of Madison and Dane County for amending their budgets to increase the public health department's response to COVID-19. Infection control, contact tracing, and outreach will improve as a result. We also appreciate the Wisconsin Department of Health Services providing more than $140 million in food benefits to families with children missing school meals. And we think it's smart for Wisconsin to consider health and economic impacts of reopening on a regional basis, as recommended by the UW-Madison's Center for Research on the Wisconsin Economy. Smart spending will get us back to normal faster.